Good morning from Bali, Indonesia. So first of all, if you hear any sounds in the background, which you will, that's my husband. He's packing all of our things. Today is not actually our last day, it's just our last day in Ubud. And then we're going to be moving on to a really special place next, a bubble hotel. So you know in the booking advert when it's like, you can book a house, you can book this, and you can even book a bubble. That's literally what we're doing. Alhamdulillah, it's going to be such a cool experience. It's a bubble on the beach, I believe. It's very, it is private, inside the bubble we have curtains and things, but it is literally a bubble. We're going to be sleeping in a bubble, which would be insane. In terms of tanning, I have got a little bit of a tan. You can see my hands are looking pretty brown. My face is looking pretty even. Okay, I've just put this bronze thing on now, but because of the sun, I feel like my skin looks all like one colour, and I spent half of the holiday, I would say, wearing no makeup and then half of it wearing a bit of makeup, so I feel like my face has got a lot of sun. I've been really careful to put SPF on by the brand 3CE. It's also a makeup base, but it's got SPF 30 PA. It does make you look a bit yellow when you put it on, so that's one thing to note. So we have had 3 days in Ubud. Ubud's definitely been more relaxing and chilling, I'd say, than any other part of our honeymoon. We haven't done too much here, but we went to the monkey forest, which was so fun. It was really good. It was very surreal to be so close to the monkeys. You're just standing there and then a monkey walks right past your leg and it's like, oh. And at one point we were sitting there watching some of the monkeys eating, and then from behind me a monkey just came and just walked past, and I was like, oh. It sounds silly because you're in a monkey forest, but you just don't expect them to come so close. But they're very tame. They don't attack or anything. You can have your phone out, you can have your camera out. So many people did. It's only if you've got water or food that they will then definitely try and get it from you, because they're monkeys, they're wild animals, they're going to want to have that. Yeah, I really enjoyed the monkey forest. I feel like it's so much better than a safari park because they're literally free. It's their forest, and it is a real forest. It was very humid. In all the videos I've watched about it, hardly anyone talks about that. Maybe it's the time we went in, April time. Extremely humid, to the point where I wasn't wearing any makeup that day, but I was just if I was, it would have all just come off anyway because it's just so hot. Ubud is really nice for that. It's the one thing I will say as well about Ubud is if you come here in Ubud, you will definitely have more mosquitoes, more flies, more bugs, more little lizards, and little geckos. They are tiny. They're not, it's not anything big. They're very small. So if you're Pakistani, you'll have seen bigger lizards if you live in the village, in your house. Alhamdulillah, in our room we've had none, which is really good. As soon as you go out of the room, on the building outside, you'll see in the villa tour anyway. And also in our bathroom, there are definitely a lot of lizards hanging out there, so that's something to note. It's a hot country, it's a different climate, there's going to be different creatures around. There's also a lot of flying creatures around. The other thing is with the pool, we've only been using it in the morning so far because at night you just don't know what's chilling out there. There's slugs, there's just a lot of wildlife going on outside because Ubud is literally the forest part. But yeah, yesterday was my favourite day ever. It was so fun. We went to, basically there's a lot of these rice field / swing / coffee places open now. Before there was just the one main one, and if you go to the main one, I think that does cost a lot more. I think it costs £35 just to go on the swing, and bearing in mind you get about 15 swings, so £35 to be pushed 15 times on a big swing is quite a lot of money. We went to a different one. It's a bit more of a newer one, and it's not a rice field one either, because we saw the rice field ones and it looked cool, but it also looked a bit it didn't look as exciting. The view didn't look as good. So my husband found this really cool one, which is fairly new, and it had all three things there. So we went to that one, and it wasn't too expensive either. So we went on the couple swing, and you'll see in the vlog whenever I post that, but I was really oh my gosh. I was really worried about going on it, just because you just never know. Yes, you'll be instructed and stuff, but I don't know, I always have this fear of heights and dangerous things and all that sort of thing. But it was absolutely fine. After the first swing, which I didn't scream, I just went whee! on there. But after the first one, it was easier to enjoy. And they took pictures as well. You could like buy pictures from them. So basically, I took like 30 photos of us on there, and it was like 100,000 to get it sent to you. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them in the email later on. I found myself that when I'm wearing makeup here, I'm using a lot more powder than I would at home, just because sooner rather than later your face is going to be looking pretty dewy anyway, so the powder just keeps it in place. But in terms of my sunglasses, like, mate, they just wipe off my nose makeup in about 5 seconds. It's so annoying. But yeah, so back to that place. So there were several swings to choose from. There's like the normal one you can do by yourself, and there's a couple one, and then there's like an extreme version one, and then you can also do zip lining as well. So it's really cool. But I found the actual, like, when you get into the place, the rice field place, that was really cool because it was on several layers, and there was loads of steps around, and there was places where you could have your photo taken. So we hired a driver yesterday for the whole day, or like for like 7-8 hours, and I do recommend you do that because it just means you've got a peace of mind, especially if you can find someone like that you trust. We had a guy whose company is like quite near to our villa, and he stayed with us the whole day, and then for the actual rice bit he came out and took our photos for us, which was really sweet. So we've got photos on the camera, photos on the phone, in all these really beautiful locations. That was all free because the entry for the place was free, so you only had to pay really for the professional pictures if you wanted them and for the actual rice swing. Then we went to the coffee part, which again was part of this whole thing. So we spent a good like 45 minutes sort of walking through the rice field bits, and it wasn't like a flat rice field, it was like on different levels. And the coolest thing was people were actually working there. Like there was actually chopping down the rice or harvesting the rice, or however you say it, and I found that really cool. Like it was an actual working rice field. I thought it would just sort of become like very commercialized and just there for the show, but it wasn't. They were actually using it as a working rice field. In Ubud, there's like tourists from literally like all over Europe and Australia, and whereas I found that in Qatar there were so many Australians, mate. Like we were like shocked at the amount of Australians there were, like especially at the Waterfront Park. There were so many Australians, and that's the only accent that we heard the whole day, and it got quite jarring, to be honest with you. But it makes sense because Australia is so close to Bali that it makes sense that a lot of people would come here on holiday, whereas for us from Europe it's a long way. Like most people have to stop off in Dubai first, and then get another flight from there to Bali, so it's not a short distance at all. So I really, really love the rice fields. I felt like I was just in another world. It was so beautiful. It was all green. Once we'd done the swing as well, and you could just really enjoy and appreciate the nature of it. I actually got really emotional like we were waiting for our swing. So just thought like we're so blessed to be here. Like we're so blessed to be able to be in such a beautiful place, and like there's so many people who will never get to see that. And I don't know what was going on really. I just felt really emotional, started crying a little bit and like concerning my husband. But yeah, it's just one of those moments where you just think like subhanallah, alhamdulillah, like it's amazing to be here. And then yeah, the coffee place. So the coffee thing was really cool. You'll see that in a vlog. I might actually put that in a separate vlog because it was so long. The coffee tasting took about 8 minutes, but it's that whole thing that you see on YouTube where they literally bring out a tray of teas and coffees. So it cost 30,000 Indonesian rupees to taste the 12 teas and coffees. So the 12 was the 14 now. I think it was 14, yeah, it's 14. I literally tasted them all, and I tried to give like as descriptive of a explanation as I could. And then the idea is that you order the one that you like, and that's what I did. I ordered the one I liked. Now the whole cat pooping bean coffee thing, that I opted out of that. And I know that that's kind of like something that people are like, you have to do it, you have to taste it, but there's just something a little bit weird about drinking something that another creature has pooped out, you know? Like, I was like, I'll say that for the other YouTubers, you know, the ones with like hundreds of thousands of subscribers who would totally use that as a thumbnail. But I did have the chocolate coffee, which was so nice. It was so good. And then we ended up going to the shop and buying it. So it was pretty affordable, like for specialist coffee, it's pretty affordable. You just have to put water in. It's already got the sugar and everything in it. So yeah, bringing back some Indonesian coffee. So Ubud is like the only place that we've been shopping in. We didn't do any shopping in Senja, Kasur or Qatar. I mean, we weren't really there for that long because like the Tuesday that we arrived at night time, and then Wednesday we spent all the day in the water park, and then like Thursday we made our way here. So we weren't there for too long, but also apart from like the typical mall, there wasn't that much shopping to do there. Ubud is definitely more of a shopping destination, and that's like where you see all the markets. And when you go onto YouTube and you type in shopping in Bali, like all the videos are about Ubud. I have got some tips for you. My husband was amazing, guys. He was so good at haggling and getting the best prices. And you have to haggle here. Like they will honestly try to charge you 5 times the amount that product is worth. They expect you to haggle. Like the prices they charge are ridiculous. Like for example, for like a bag, like a straw bag, they were charging like, I don't know, like £15. But obviously like more than £15, £20, £25. And then you have to like bring it down to a silly amount and then try and meet somewhere. A lot of the times like we would just walk away and be like, nah, that's just like, no, we're good. We don't need that for that much money. And then they would call back after you like, okay, fine. How about this last price? And you have to have the energy and the patience for it, because it does get quite tedious, because every single stall holder is like that in the Ubud market. So you have to go in knowing what to expect and knowing that this is what they want you to do, which, like I said, can be a bit irritating. But I mean, it's not, for me, like I can't really say anything because I literally didn't really do much at all. And plus he was just so good at it. So I was like, you know what, you do your thing. You are amazing and I support you, and I'm just going to stand here and watch you get all the good deals. Well done, mate. We went to the market the day after Monkey Forest, and then yesterday on the way to this rice field place, we like were driving past some local shops, like shops for the locals, and it was basically like a shop per thing in the market. So there was a shop full of like all these like bags, and there was another shop full of loads of wooden animals and like home stuff. There was a shop full of like furniture. It was basically like where everyone in Ubud gets their things to sell. Wholesale, it was wholesale prices. So like Wakara went into one of the shops just to see, I can't even remember what it was now. I think it was just some wooden things. And he was like really shocked at how easy it was to shop there, because the people were not trying to haggle at all. They just told you a reasonable price from the start. And then you could haggle a little bit, but they didn't, like, for example, they didn't say like 400,000 for something that's worth 100,000. They just said 120, and then you could sort of haggle a little bit if you wanted to try and do that. So he was like really shocked, and he was like, oh my gosh, this is a place to shop. This is where we need to come back to. So after we did the whole rice field things, that's exactly what we did. We came back to this little street, and we ended up finishing off the rest of our shopping there. We got some really good deals for hardly any hassle. So if you are somebody who doesn't like the whole bartering process, doesn't like the whole trying to get a good deal, I highly recommend that you check out this street, or try and leave it down below, the name of it or directions or something. That's something that I found hard, is like trying to ask for street names and just not understanding what I was being told, because obviously it's a whole different language. So, but yeah, I'll try and leave it down below. It was really cool. And you could basically find everything apart from the clothes. You can find everything there. So we went back to the Ubud market to pick up a few more clothing pieces, which I'll show in my haul if you're interested. But yeah, for anything like bags and any homeware bits and bobs and your dream catchers, definitely, if you're coming to Ubud, definitely make sure that you go and check out that little place that we stumbled across, because it is amazing. And I was thinking that they might be a bit funny about like foreigners shopping there. Like they might be thinking it might just be for like Indonesians, but nah, at the end of the day, like business is business. They were totally fine with it. We're gonna quickly do my brows and mascara and eyeliner, and then I will come back and chat. Probably one of the nicest things that's happened in Ubud is 2 nights ago we met another like Muslim couple. They were not here on their honeymoon, they're here on their 1-year anniversary, and they're from Frankfurt in Germany, but like ethnically they're from Morocco and Turkey. And basically we're in Halal Ubud Burger, which is a really cute little burger place that has very, very fresh food, very nice food. And so we end up eating them most days, to be honest, when we've been here, because it serves really, really good food. That's like, when I say really good, I wouldn't recommend the original cheeseburger if you are here, because I don't think it was all that special. But the actual, the what we had yesterday, the mushroom burger was nice, the onion burger was nice, and the chicken, was it parmesan? Yeah. The chicken parmesan sandwich was so good. Like, if I knew how good that was, I would have honestly ordered that more before, because it was so nice. It was like melted cheese of like chicken in a baguette, and it comes with fries and stuff. It was really, really good. So yeah, we saw them in there first, and then we didn't speak to them. And then we were walking to a little cafe afterwards, and they were also walking at the same time. Like, we saw them, and then we're like, oh my gosh, like, we'll see you in two places. And we started talking. And then we met again the next evening, after we'd like done our own thing during the day. And it was so nice to just meet like another Muslim couple and just have other company, because it's nice to do that, isn't it? Like when you're traveling or when you're abroad, just to meet other people. And yeah, it was really lovely. So we saw them yesterday for the last time. We exchanged Instagrams and numbers and stuff. So that was lovely to see them, and that was probably like one of the highlights of our trip, I think, because it's not every day that you meet new people. I'm gonna be wrapping this up now. I'm basically ready. If I put lashes on, I'll do that in the car. But this is basically what my makeup is looking like. It's pretty simple, pretty fresh, pretty glowy. Just gonna spritz a bunch of this makeup setting spray, and then we are going to be heading to the waterfall today, which is really exciting. It looks so beautiful there. And we're also going to be going to our next location, which is down in the south part of Bali now. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you enjoyed hearing more about Bali, then definitely let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.